Please stand or remain standing for the presentation of colors performed by the Titan Cadets.
Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to the flags of the United States and Texas. After the pledges, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by our school band, Titan Regiment. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. At this time, please enjoy your national anthem.
Thank you. You may be seated. If you would like to access the digital program, you can visit the Manor ISD website. Parents, family members, graduates, and esteemed guests, I am honored to welcome you to the Manor New Technology High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2026. I speak on behalf of the Manor ISD faculty and staff when I say that we are privileged to be here today. Class of 2026, you made it. I'd also like to share that the students who shall be speaking at the graduation ceremony were selected based on neutral criteria to deliver messages of the students' own choices. The content of any views expressed during each student speaker's message is solely and entirely the private expression of the individual student and does not reflect the endorsement, sponsorship, position, or expression of the district. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our Manor ISD Board of Trustees who have been instrumental in supporting our scholars and their post-secondary success. Each trustee will stand and be recognized at this time. Manor Independent School District Board President, Mrs. Ana Cortez. Vice President, Mrs. Stephanie Rodriguez Barnett. Board Secretary, Mr. Fabian Martinez. Trustee, Mr. Patrick Patterson. Trustee, Dr. Caitlin Lowry. Trustee, Ms. Stacy Howard. And Trustee, Mrs. Lakeisha Small. I would also like to acknowledge Superintendent Dr. Robert Sormani and members of the Manor ISD Executive Cabinet for their tireless work on behalf of scholars. Thank you for your support of our Manor ISD family. It is tradition that every year, the graduating class of MNTHS selects a faculty member to serve as the commencement speaker for graduation. This year, the honor has been bestowed upon science teacher Annie Chen. Please welcome Ms. Chen up to the podium.
Hello and good morning, families and scholars of the class of 2026. Congratulations to all of you. For those that don't know me, I'm Ms. Chen, and this is my 5th year teaching at New Tech. When Mr. Bobby Garcia told me I was selected to be the commencement speaker for today's graduation ceremony, I thought long and hard about what I wanted to say. I didn't want to use the same speech as last year because that's lame. So I thought for a long time. I also did some research, as good scientists do, and I found that people say a good commencement speech has to have 3 things: humor, pathos, and intellect. In other words, a good speech should make you laugh a little bit, cry a little bit, and think a little bit. And so I kept on thinking, right, mulling over in my mind the various possible themes for my speech. Debating these things, I kept putting off the actual composition of my speech until it was literally the day that it was due. Does that sound familiar? But at last, I came up with a brilliant idea. I would compose my speech using that new tool now being used by desperate students, writers, and workers around the world. What is it? ChatGPT, all right. So without further ado, here is my commencement speech courtesy of ChatGPT. I'm just kidding, don't worry. All right, I'm sure a speech churned out by ChatGPT would be grand and impressive in its own way. But imagine if I had written my speech entirely using AI. All right, would that speech have any of my personality? Or any personality at all? Would you have felt cheated? Would you have even bothered to listen? What would the world be like if everyone, or even most people, stopped writing their own speeches, essays, letters, and emails? What will school look like if if students no longer learn to think on their own, right? Coming up with ideas from scratch and struggling to assemble words, sentences, and paragraphs out of those ideas? What if more artificial intelligence produces less human intelligence? While y'all ponder that, I once came across this quote: "I have learned much from my teachers, more from my colleagues, and the most from my students." I think that most teachers will find this statement to be true. There is the formal knowledge that one learns in school and in training, but there is also the implicit practical knowledge that one obtains in the course of doing. Teachers only learn to teach by jumping into the deep end and learning to swim. That means going into the classroom, meeting real students, and taking them as they are. We come to know our students as individuals with their own characters, their own personality traits, their own opinions and preferences. These interactions are invaluable as they help us to relate to our students on a human level, to understand their concerns, and to care about them. It is also inevitable that teachers learn many things from their students, both positive and negative. And truly, I have learned many valuable things from the class of 2026. Let's focus on some of the positive things. Right. I have learned, for example, that kindness, generosity, and empathy are the most important human values. I have learned that being a good friend is one of the highest human achievements. I have learned that there is a time for working hard and being serious, but there is also a time for being silly and having fun. I have learned that you are happier when being true to yourself and that you can overcome your fear of expressing your true self. I have learned that hard work does pay off, that you can get better even at the tasks that you find the most difficult and frustrating. I have learned that it feels good to be appreciated. And I have learned that there are indeed intangible rewards to what many consider the thankless task of teaching high school students. Thank you, class of 2026, for everything you have taught me. Okay, all right, it is now my last chance to act as your teacher. This is my last opportunity to impart a little bit of advice from someone who is a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, and who knows, maybe a little bit wiser. And this is the last time that you will be my captive audience. Therefore, I will try to leave you with 5 small nuggets of advice, 5 suggestions that you can put in your pocket for later to think about when you have the chance. I will even make it easy for you to remember. Log off, touch grass, read books, hug your parents, be kind. Number 1, log off. For almost the majority of my life, right, and for all of your lives, humanity has been conducting a massive experiment on itself. An experiment on its minds, on its brains, and on its social relations. In this monumental experiment, conducted without awareness that we were doing so, we humans have moved our lives online and have abandoned many of our traditional ways of living. There are good reasons why we have made these changes, and this new digital mode of living has no doubt improved our lives in innumerable ways. But these changes also have a darker side, especially for young adults like yourselves, whose minds and brains are still developing and who are therefore more vulnerable to digital dangers. More and more people are becoming addicted to smartphones, to digital devices, to video games, to social media. There have been increasing rates of mental health problems connected to our online lives, especially among adolescents, including anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Even without properly cited sources in MLA or APA format, y'all know this. You've experienced this or know someone who has. So, a fundamental challenge to you, now and probably for the rest of your lives, will be learning to log off. All of us today struggle with logging off and living life IRL, myself included. But we still need to figure out how and when and how often to log off. Number 2, touch grass. When you do figure out when and how often to log off, you should also find some time to touch grass. Touching grass, in case you didn't know, is an expression that means gaining perspective or remembering what is truly important in life. People online might say touch grass when you are too wrapped up in social media controversy, too immersed in the trivial details of online life, your mind full of brain rot. Don't wait to be told to touch grass. Log off and touch grass on your own initiative. A human being with good health and some good luck can expect to have 80, 90, or maybe even 100 years on this earth. You are young and have your whole lives ahead of you. But eventually, you will be in my place, just as I was once in yours. Like it or not, you will reach Unk status one day. This is perhaps a somber thought, but it can serve as a stimulus for reflection. Are you making the best use of your time? Have you become the sort of person you should be? Are you a loyal, supporting friend, a loving child, sibling, relative, a generous, concerned member of your community? I have no doubt that many of you, most of you, all of you, will find success in your lives. This is a bright, dedicated, hardworking, and motivated group. You have grown so much in your short time at New Tech. You have so many advantages in life, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. But what will success mean? Are there other important goals in life besides earning money, winning status, or gaining popularity? Sometimes you will need to touch grass and think about these questions. Number 3, read books. I am by no means an English teacher, but part of the challenge in science is also knowing how to read, how to understand what you read, how to analyze, question, and apply what you read to new problems and new situations. In my own life, books have meant the world to me. Physical chemistry, 7th edition, maybe not, but a great many other books. Yes, I was forced by my parents and teachers to read against my will sometimes, but looking back on now, the works of literature, history, and politics that I read helped me to know myself and the world. They helped me to figure out what I think and when to change my mind. I cannot imagine my life without a lifetime spent reading books. We humans have built an extraordinary civilization on literacy based on printing technology and the publications of mountains of books. This civilization allows us to educate ourselves over the course of our whole lives. Immersing ourselves in books provides us the time and attention to reflect on what is important in our lives, what purposes we can find to make our lives worthwhile. So, if you manage to log off and find time to touch grass, also consider picking up a book. The books I read return continually to the most important questions you can ask yourselves. What is the purpose of my life? What am I going to do with my limited time on earth? What is the best way to live? Number 4, hug your parents. My mom is also a high school teacher, and she used to say to me, "No one will ever love you as much as the people who choose to be your parents." I have found this true to be in my own life, and I think many people would agree with it. Even if you don't, there are still people who love and care for you as their own. I don't have kids, but I suspect that nothing can quite replace the experience of raising another human being from a helpless infant into a self-reliant adult. You might not know that truth now, but many of you probably will realize it at some point in your lives. That is why it is important to show your parents the appropriate love, affection, and gratitude in the present moment. One way to express your love is to hug them. My own father passed away when I was a senior in high school, the same age that many of you are now. There isn't much I wouldn't give to be able to hug him again. Right now, during this period of our lives, your parents probably annoy and embarrass you much of the time. This is only natural. But no one will love you as much as your parents. They have guided you, supported you, cared for you, worried about you, cried over you, celebrated your successes, and suffered in your struggles. You have obviously by now realized that your parents are not perfect. They are flawed human beings like the rest of us, and they are trying their best. So after we're out of here, give them a big hug. And number 5, be kind. Sure, it's a cliche. You have no doubt heard it too many times over the course of your lives. It is actually, though, rather difficult to be genuinely kind. It is much easier to be polite, or at least tolerant, but being kind means caring about someone else. It means recognizing someone else's humanity, and it means understanding that this person has many of the same thoughts and feelings that you have, and suffers in many of the same ways that you suffer. I have witnessed many amazing acts of kindness from this class of 2026. You were at your best when you cared for one another and recognized each other's humanity. Think about how you felt when you did something kind or generous for a classmate. I bet it made you feel good inside. And that is perhaps the greatest benefit of kindness. The biggest reward goes to the person showing kindness. It is often difficult to be a kind person. For many, apathy and indifference, even rudeness or hostility, come more naturally. This is especially true in the online world, a world filled with anonymous trolls and mean-spirited memes. But I promise you, kindness is worth the effort. So that's it. I guess my speech wasn't short and sweet. It did not have enough humor or pathos or whatever people say that good speeches should have. But my speech did come from my heart. It did reflect my sincere thoughts and advice to you. And most importantly, it did not come from ChatGPT. Remember, log off, touch grass, read books, hug your parents, and be kind. Congratulations, class of 2026. All right, at this time, please welcome Titan class of 2026, salutatorian Stephanie Nguyen.
Good morning, distinguished guests, proud families, faculty, and of course, the class of 2026. My name is Stephanie Nguyen, and I'm honored to stand here today before you as this year's salutatorian. When I was told I was going to give a speech, I did what any responsible 18-year-old would do. I didn't think about it once. It wasn't until the day it was due that I looked up speeches, watched countless of talks, and still stayed up until 5 a.m. and still had no idea what to write. For me, all I knew was the title of salutatorian was not a recognition won easily. It came with a lot of sleepless nights, filled with stress and self-doubt, wondering if I was good enough or smart enough to succeed. So I began to ask myself, what does this title really mean? Success? I was consumed by the pressure of trying to be the best, so I strived to a society's mold of accomplishments. But what is success really? A number, a title, or something more meaningful, something unseen, something unscored? After countless of videos and speeches filled with incredible life advice, I realized I, an 18-year-old who is still obsessed with squishy and neatos, should probably not be giving any life advice to a crowd of other 18-year-olds. So instead, I went around and I asked adults, parents, friends, families, and teachers a simple question. If you could talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? Many said they wish they would have learned to live more in the moment and to cherish the loved ones a little more before they started moving faster than they expected. A lot of them talked about how life really is simple at 18, even if it didn't feel simple at the time, and how they wish they had paused long enough to breathe instead of trying to have everything figured out at once. Some said they wish they were kinder selves, learned that they didn't have to have it all together at the time, or compared their paths to everyone else. Others said they spent too much time trying to control every detail of the future, when really life has a way of unfolding even when you're not fully ready. And almost all of them came back to the same message in a different words. Slow down, don't try to conquer everything at once, don't rush through life, you're actually living while waiting for the real one to begin. Just breathe, appreciate where you are right now, even if it feels ordinary. Basically, all of the individuals said some variation of the same thing, that time flies. And to me, it speaks volumes that so many adults, if given the opportunity, would go back and tell their younger selves to simply take it all in and take it slow. What I've come to realize is we're at an age where the world is constantly telling us to move faster, pick a career, go to school, find a job, make money, make a name for yourself, whatever comes next. And the concept of slowing down feels like a failure, like giving in, like we're falling behind. But life is not a competition. It's meant to be lived. There is no medal or time frame for success, but there is one for making memories the ones you love. And as counterintuitive as it is for me to say, I want to wish each and every one of you the best, not just on the big things I know you will go on to accomplish, but on the small moments in between. The laughter, the quiet days, the friendships that surprises you, and the memories you don't realize until they become everything. This world is vast, and we have yet to see what lies behind high school. And as of that, I would like to recognize I would not be on the stage today if it was not for my amazing families and loved ones. Thank you to my brother for showing me that the world is not as intimidating as it may seem. To my sister, who has been my constant anchor through every high and low and always somehow knows exactly what I need before I do. To my cousins, your constant support in me, it has meant more to me than I can put into words. To my uncle, who has always showed up to me in the big moments or in the smalls, your unconditional love hasn't gone unnoticed. And to Julie, you're always being there for me and basically being my second mom, thank you. And then to my dad, who has always pushed me to strive to be better, and to my amazing people that I've met along the way. Everything you've done for me has meant the most and hasn't gone unnoticed as well. And to my friends, thank you for being a source of strength and laughter and motivation through this journey. And lastly, to my mom. Hi, Mommy. Cảm ơn mẹ nhiều lắm. Mẹ ba Mỹ làm rất khỏe cho con với mấy chị em với anh con chị bọn mình đi học được khi basically pursue our education well. And basically, thank you for all your sacrifices you have made so I can stand here today. Lastly, if there's anything I want to leave with you, is that you're the author of your own story. This is a chapter we're all going to begin together. So dream boldly, live fully, and do not let one's expectations guide your future. Thank you, the class of 2026. We made it. All right, at this time, please welcome Taitzin class of 2026 valedictorian, Jaswanta Nakanti.
Good morning, parents, students, staff, and guests. I'm Jashwant Thanakanti, and it's a great honor to be the valedictorian of the class of 2026. I know we're all itching to graduate, so I'll keep it short and sweet. Now, before I begin, I'd like to thank some folks, especially the wonderful teachers and faculty here, Ms. Chen, Ms. Pazzola, our counselor, Ms. Mumford, and our wonderful principal, Mr. Garcia, and the many, many, many other great people working here. I'd also like to thank my parents, my sister, and my friends for the constant support they provided me over the course of high school. Now, 4 years ago, my sister walked across the stage as a salutatorian of her class. We arrived a little too late to watch her speech, but I remember cheering for her as she got her diploma. After the ceremony, as we drove home, she asked me, "Are you gonna try to do the same thing as me in 4 years?" I looked at her and said, "I'll do you one better." Now I'm here, 4 years later, about to walk the stage in a few moments. But enough about me. As a class of 2020, I think we agree that we've had quite the 4 years. Almost everyone I knew couldn't wait to get out of this school by the first week of senior year. But by the end, there was this lingering sense of bittersweet nostalgia. So what do we really miss? Maybe some of us were thinking back to senior sunrise or the football games, or maybe we were reminiscing about Mr. Lair's constant projects, or Mr. Chapman's long-winded, seemingly never-ending lectures. Or maybe we were cherishing the final few days of eating school lunch. Whatever it was, whether it was something we truly enjoyed or truly hated, I think we'll look back to really appreciate the place we all came from. And as a valedictorian, it's somehow my job to convey those complex, evolving emotions of over 100 individuals in a brief speech. Let me tell you, it's not a very easy task. I was overwhelmed by how much I wanted to share, the problems, the stress, the opportunities. But today, none of that matters, because today we have one common goal: to celebrate, to congratulate others, and importantly, look back on the past and be hopeful for the future. And as we march in to the next future years of our life, I want to remind you to be yourself. As Kanye West once said, if you try hard, you die hard. I probably know better than anyone how much it takes to get what you want. But the last thing you need to do is to overexert yourself. We're still young, passionate, capable, and talented. It's important to accept yourself and understand that success isn't about running yourself to the ground. It's about growing, learning, and striving forward with character. As we leave this chapter behind, I hope each one of you is special and can do great things in the future. And so, for one final time for me, congratulations to the class of 2026. And at this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium the class of 2026 Student Council President, Aditi Parajuli, and the Student Council Officer Representatives from the class of 2027, Fernanda Diaz Lira and Yasmin Rahab, for the passing of the torch ceremony.
At this time, in most graduation ceremonies, the current class president turns over a token like a school flag to the upcoming senior class president that symbolizes the continuation of school traditions. Our tradition, ensured to us by the previous graduating class, is to pass the torch through an iPad. The torch, represented here, symbolizes the continued life and love the staff and student body contribute to our house. On behalf of the class of 2026, I am passing on the torch to Fernanda Diaz Lyra and Yasmin Rahab, student council officers of the class of 2027.
Hi guys, I'm Fernanda and
I'm Yasmin Rahab.
we are your class presidents for the class of 2027. And on behalf of the class of 2027, we accept the responsibility of carrying on this tradition.
And on behalf of the class of 2027, we pledge to keep this tradition alive for the class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, Titan parents, family members, colleagues, friends, and beloved members of our community. I would like to start my address this year by showing heartfelt gratitude. MNTHS class of 2026, thank you for redefining what it means to be a Titan. Your class brought a creative energy that filled our halls with expression, courage, bold thinking, reminding all of us that art is not just something you make, it's something that makes our lives better. On the fields and on the courts, you raise standards to new heights for all future Titans. Your unity, discipline, and resilience are shining examples of what's possible when we commit to something greater than ourselves. Graduates, if you represented our school proudly in any of our record-breaking athletics or fine arts programs and brought home medals or trophies, please stand and be recognized at this time. Athletes and artists, please remain standing if you earned all district, all region, or all state honors as an individual so that you can be recognized at this time. Thank you. You may be seated. This class is more than just stellar athletes and musicians and artists. Their greatest achievement lies where it should, in the field of academics. This year, we set the goal of having 90% of you graduate college, career, and military ready, which would have been a Manor ISD first for any graduating class. And you not only rose to that challenge, you set the bar at an astonishing 96.62%. That beats some of the highest achieving schools, not only in Central Texas, but across the state as well. We also, for the first time in school history, have 2 scholars graduating core complete. That means that they have earned all 42 college credit hours of basics that are transferable to any degree plan for any public college or university in the state of Texas. We have a scholar graduating today with the highest SAT score in school history. One more special note about the academics of our graduating class. We had a third of them, the most ever in school history, complete their coursework in December, which is a testament to their dedication and commitment to finishing high school. If you are an early graduate, please stand at this time and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd also like to take a moment to highlight our top 10% graduates. If you are a top 10% graduate, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you. A few of our graduates also plan to enlist in the military, and we have a scholar graduating today with the highest ASVAB, or military entrance exam score in school history as well. Titan graduates, if you are enlisting in the armed forces, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you. We'd like to thank the City of Manor for providing challenge coins to our graduates enlisting in the United States Armed Forces, and to all our past, present, and future heroes in the United States Armed Forces, thank you for your service. Class of 26, your astonishing accomplishments are too many to mention individually. But what I will remember most about your class is what you chose to build for others. You're the first class in MNTHS history to take it upon yourselves to design and lead culture presentations for our underclassmen. You stood in front of our underclassmen and said in your own way, this is who we are. This is what we value. This is why being a Titan means something special to us. You didn't settle for informing others about our school's legacy. You set your sights on inspiring our current and future Titans. Thank you. As you move forward in life, carry that same fire with you. The world, now more than ever, needs people who don't wait to be told what matters, but who step up and lead with purpose. My hope is that you continue to build spaces where others feel seen, valued, and challenged to grow. Titans, go forth. Use the tools we've equipped you with. Collaborate boldly. Communicate with purpose. Think critically. Work hard, and when you think you've given everything, give just a little more and continue to inspire others to do the same. Advocate not just for yourselves, but for those whose voices have yet to be heard. And always, always keep that growth mindset burning bright. Wherever you go, know this: you carry a piece of MNTHS with you, and you carry a piece of my heart, a heart that will always bleed blue for you. Now go forth, Titans. Set the world ablaze with your passion and creativity. Congratulations. We love you. We're proud of you. Thank you for representing. And remember, this is the last time I'm going to ask you this as scholars. Whose house? Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a few individuals who have made today possible. If you are an MISD employee, teacher, or administrator, please stand so that you can be recognized for your contribution to our scholars on this journey. Thank you. If you are a parent of a graduating scholar, could you please stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you. You may be seated. And now, please welcome Dr. Robert Sormani, Superintendent of Schools, and Mrs. Ana Cortez, Board President, to the podium. Dr. Robert Sormani, I hereby certify that these scholars from Manor New Technology High School, class of 2026, have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Board of Trustees for the Manor Independent School District.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia, and congratulations to you students and parents. You have done nothing but lead the way here at New Tech High School, and I look forward to seeing what you do post-graduation. So congratulations to you. As superintendent of the Manor Independent School District, and based on the recommendation of the principal, Mr. Bobby Garcia, I hereby certify that these scholars have met the requirements set by the state of Texas and the Texas Education Agency and are now eligible to receive their high school diploma. Congratulations.
Good morning, buenos dias, class of 2026. Congratulations, felicidades. You are breaking, shattering records, making us proud. Qué orgullo. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. As president of Manor ISD and Board of Trustees, if they would stand with us. And on behalf of the other board members, I recognize that these scholars have met all requirements for a diploma and accept your recommendation for certification. Felicidades, congratulations.
And now, for the presentation of diplomas. Dr. Sormani and Board of Trustees, please take your places. At this time, if we could have the first row of graduates make your way around. Parents, family members, and friends, as our graduates prepare to cross the stage, we respectfully ask that you limit your applause and cheering so that every name can be heard clearly. We understand this is a time of celebration. However, we want to ensure that each graduate receives the same level of respect and recognition. Thank you for your understanding and support.
Joshua Tanikanti. Stephanie Wen.
Ricardo Romero Martinez. Romeo.
Ricardo Romeo Martinez. Aditi Parajuli. Phoebe Afia Lisa Adamaco Adjay. Kylie Kwok Lian. Yaneli Perez Reynoso. Jessica Yareli Perez. Selena Afia Lisa Aramaco Adjay. Julieta Nicolasa Iguez. Darlene Destiny Cárdenas. Victoria Bella Perez. Ismael Benítez Jaramillo. Hayden Macaulay Sheard.
Katie Ashley Figueroa Alvarado.
Katie Ashley Figueroa Alvaro. Sebastian J. Alvarez. Anaya Mia Ariano Rico.
Is it Andre? Buckman. Andre Buckman.
Andre Bakun. Ashley Benitez Moreno. Anisa Marie Benitez. Anna Michelle Bolden. Nia Ann Brown. Tiffany Shante Carabine Bruce. Logan Michael Bentuelo. Trinity Yvette Kane. Isis Alina Carmen Calderon. Joanna Calderon. Liliana Camarena. Arwen Campos Lopez. Ricardo Carranza. Natalia Marie Castro. Cervantes Aranda. Chloe Isabella Shaney. Luke Jacob Shaney.
Amador.
Jose Luis Amador Chaparro Reyes. Evan Xavier Clayton. Ricardo Cruz Salas. David Dilara. Natalie de León Cervantes. Alfredo Ángel de Galdillo Netro. Maya Aaliyah Nicole Diggs. Carlos Antonio Domínguez Medrano. Ana Catarín Esquijarrosa Córdoba.
Do you want me to say it like Spanish? Carlos Isaiah?
Carlos Isaiah Esquivel Jr.
Estrada Garcia.
Jazmín Estrada Garcia. César Fernández Pérez.
Sarah Kailani.
Sarah Gailani.
Do you want me to say Nicholas or Nicolás?
Alexander Nicolás Garcia. Areli Alejandra Garcia. Miguel Ángel Garcia. Víctor Rey Garcia.
Yeah, I got you.
Juan Antanasio Gardolia III. Germán Guerrero.
Spanish, English? Both? Jonan? Jonan Eli?
Jonan Eli Guevara Matias. Brianna Hernández Rodríguez. Dominic Edward Hidrogo. Gavino Riley Hidrogo. Darian Jerron Hill.
Amore?
Sanaya Amora Hill. Max Michael Hughes. Miguel Ángel Hurtado Lara. Natividad Ignacio Villarreal. Chanel Alexis Ivory. Alexander Ivan Johnson. Amara Imani Johnson. Grayson Floyd Jones. Jaden Donnell Jones. Makalani Okpara Jones Jr. Kai Ting. Celine Grace Cautry. Isaiah Lamont Kennard.
Tha Yutwe Kui. Dene Sirnathan Laurie. Jamari Devonte Lee. Kayla Hanai León de los Santos. Jesús Alexander Licona Pérez. Kalina Bell Liguanag. Jacob Alexander Luébano. Adamaris Macedo Vargas. Alexis Martínez Zambrano. Antoinette Andrine Maslock. Jillian Kaida Melanson. Jocelyn Mendieta Salcedo. Adrián Mendoza. Dominic Alexis Mesa Martínez. Anaí Mireles. Cherish Athena Moore. Luis Mora Regalado. Victoria Sofía Morales. Mario Alonso Moreno. Emily Nguyen Nguyen. Christian Isaiah Núñez Roque. Derek Dosi Nokoro. Juliem Ocampo Dorado. César Olea Vázquez. Jonathan Olvera. Brian Adriel Ortiz Casanova. Giselle Osorio Macedo. Jennifer Padilla Contreras. Brian Pais Hernández. Fabián Alexander Pantoja Jr. Christopher Levi Penate. Ann Pérez Lorenzo. Brian Edward Pérez Tapia. Daniel Isaac Pérez. Diana Marisol Pérez. John Manuel Pérez. Kimberly Pérez. Laura Leticia Poroj Flores. Safia Aliyah Rashid. Umaira Alisa Razak. Juliana Ibeth López. Cristiana Reyes. Joshua Anthony Ray. Kenya Simone Robertson. Pablo José Rodríguez Rodríguez. Talía Rodríguez Marín. José Ángel Rodríguez. Aisea Julián Román. Fabiola Rosas Gudino. London Salinas. Melanie Jasmine Sánchez. Candela Serrano García. Munira Santiago Shaharyar. Melanie Paola Silvar. Alexis Tobias Sini. Brianna Smith. Eduardo Omar Soto. Daniel Christopher Spencer. Christian Alexander Stephenson. Kenneth Bradley Stephenson. Andy Lynn Story. Sofía Isabel Tapia. Giovanni Vargas Molina. Justin Vasquez Olea. Daisy Rubí Vences Arellano. Leon Deshaun Curtis Walls V. Amir Larry Washington. Rachel Mariah White. Rihanna Deshae White. Lady Giovanni Wilson Lee. Darius Jaron Wilturner.
This is mine. Was this here? I forgot whose phone is this.
Just so everyone knows, this is a prank that the seniors play on me. Every year they choose something different to give me. Last year was little duckies. Before it's been Mardi Gras beads and marbles. This is a lot fluffier than I'm used to. So thank you, class of 2026. To the Manor New Tech High School class of 2026, congratulations. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, growth. You faced challenges, embraced opportunities, and created memories that will last a lifetime. I could not be prouder of you. You've shown resilience, creativity, and a deep sense of community. Whether in the classroom, on the stage, the field, or in the halls, you've left your mark. As you step into this next chapter, remember you are ready. Continue to lead with integrity, chase your dreams boldly, and never forget where you came from. This school will always be part of your story, and you will always be a part of ours. Congratulations, class of 2026. The future is yours. I'm having to hold these down so I can read this. This is a lot. Class of 2026, at this time, please stand. You may now move your tassel from right to left, signifying your status as a graduate of Manor New Technology High School. Graduates, take a moment to wave to your family and to your friends and everyone here that came out to support you. Let's give them one last big applause. At this time, staff, please rise and form the Walk of Honor. Titan staff, family, friends, staff, and members of our community. Please join me in congratulating our graduates as they proceed through one last time-honored tradition and a culminating rite of passage at our school, the Walk of Honor. They will be doing this walk as our Titan Regiment Band performs our fight song. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.